they worship the Nile because they believe not that Nile is their God, but they believe Nile, the Nile God, the God who controls the universe, lives in Nile or Nile River, for instance. Okay, so that is what the sad thing is, and I guess Westminster's Catechism is using that, is saying that you cannot use that to worship God. Okay, so you cannot treat Nile River or the moon to be your God. So in that same way, God has revealed himself to us. We are not to bow down to the God of the idol that God has. We cannot make, how shall I put it? Yeah, same thing. We cannot, since we know that it is Jesus is the Lord our God who set us free, redeemed us. But you cannot use Jesus' picture as a God who redeems us, because that's only a picture. I'm just giving 1 second, let the train pass. I'm just giving it as an example. But the real thing, the real deal is, for our case, I think Westminster expounded it in a really interesting way. Okay, the second commandment requires us to receive, respectfully perform, and preserve completely and purely all the regulations for religion and worship that God has established in his word. So when the second commandment says you shall not make yourself an idol in the form of anything in heaven and bow down to them, Westminster's Catechism is saying that, that's why it is wrong. It's the way of worship. They may be wanting to worship their God. God is saying that I know that you may be wanting to worship me, which is correct, but you cannot worship me through the idolatrous way. But he's still worshiping God, you see, which is wrong. So Catechism is taking another step, that in our worship on Sunday, we have to worship God based on the scriptures. If not, we will be doing exactly what Israel was warned against, which is the second commandment. Okay, so this is rather serious. It's kind of blur, but you can read between the lines. This is where it is getting at. So I hope you get that and think about that.